It's been a few days, but I'm back in the saddle, so I've got a very exciting product today to unbox. This is the Intel Core i7 980X. It's an LGA 1366 processor, and we've seen that before, but what's new about it is this is a 6-core Extreme Edition processor. Now, just like when Intel launched the QX 6700, this is the only processor that you can buy from Intel on the desktop platform with 6 cores. So the QX 6700 was an Extreme processor, and it was the only 4-core you could buy at the time. So you're paying a premium, but you're getting the latest technology. This is a 32 nanometer processor. It supports hyper-threading technology, which means 12 threads in Task Manager. Go figure. Turbo Boost. It has an integrated memory controller, triple-channel DDR3 memory, like all of the LGA 1366 CPUs. It is compatible with most, and it should be all, x58 motherboards with only a BIOS update. So I threw one of these chips into my 1-year-old x58 board, and it worked, just with a BIOS update. So then let's go around to the back. This box contains an Intel processor and thermal solution. It is a 3-year warranty, okay? So let's go around here. Okay, why don't we break the seal on this bad boy? So here we go. That is $1,000+ processor. Now it's open. We opened the box. Let's see what kind of experience we have unboxing a Core i7 Extreme. So this is cool. Intel has actually updated their stock cooler for the Extreme Edition products. But before we get into that, why don't we have a look at the documentation. Oh wow, this is a kind of a complicated package. The CPU's in like a cardboard container. So we'll look at that after. First of all, we have the installation instructions along with the 3-year limited warranty. We have an Intel Inside logo label, Core i7 inside. It's a black one because it's Extreme. All right, next we have, oh, this is new. Look at this. Intel actually includes a thermal compound tube. This looks like it's probably Shin-Etsu. I'm guessing though, I'm just going based on the syringe here. Dow Corning. No, this is it's an OEM. It's an OEM paste. If it's what I think it is, it's a very high quality paste. And then they include an installation instruction guide for how to apply the syringe to your CPU. I also have a video about that, which you could also watch on my NCIXCom account. Okay, so then we have a clamshell plastic package and the new Intel stock cooler, which I've also done a video on my Linus Tech Tips channel about, outlining the differences between this, or just looking at it. Okay, so the biggest differences, let's start with the obvious one. This is a heat pipe cooler. So it has 4 heat pipes that all connect directly to a copper base and then aluminum fin tower design, just like many of the aftermarket coolers over the past couple of years. Whereas Intel has been using a top-down blower for years and years and years. They haven't changed that for eons, it seems like. Okay, next thing is it uses thumb screws to secure to the motherboard, as well as a backplate. Intel in the past has been using push pins, plastic push pins. I hate these things. This is way better. I love it. Okay, next thing, it uses a bowed base. You can't see that here, but the base is actually convex, which means that when you put it down on the CPU and tighten it down, it gets incredibly tight mounting pressure in the center right over the die of the CPU. That's very important too. This is a feature that's been carried over from previous Extreme Edition heatsinks in that you can set it to either quiet or performance mode with the push of a button. Okay, let's have a look at the fins from the side so you can kind of see through them there. And then it has a sleeved power connector. That's something that I've wanted to see on stock coolers for a long time, because you know what? It just makes it that much tidier when you're trying to do a nice build and you got like your blue and yellow and green and black random wire all over the place. All right. Next thing, right, this is actually really cool. So see this fan? That is kind of a weird shape. So it's not actually designed to just blow right through the fins like most of the aftermarket coolers are. The reason for that is that in a properly spec'd cooler, you should actually be blowing not only through the fins to cool the CPU, but you should actually be cooling all of the components around the CPU. And for a long time, that's been the disadvantage to using a tower cooler, because usually the fan blows only through the fins and it doesn't reach the surrounding components. But what Intel's done is they've angled the fan blades so that it actually pushes a lot of air kind of around this way, and it also pushes it down here and just sort of randomly around the socket. So that enables Intel to get proper cooling of all the components around the socket and still use a tower cooler. Amazing. So now let's finish up the unboxing and product overview. As I mentioned before, this is a 6-core processor clocked at 3.33 gigahertz. It has, when I just get this cardboard thing, I've never seen an Intel CPU boxed like this, very strange. So they've changed a lot of things. Let's have a look here. So it has 12 megs of cache. It uses, it uses a 6.4 gigahertz QPI link, and that is pretty much all there is to it. Let's flip it over. It looks just like any LGA 1366 CPU that we've seen over the last year plus, except for what's under the hood. So that's 6 cores of high-performance computing power. I should probably also mention that I was able to effortlessly overclock the sample that I already have to 4 gigahertz just by turning up the multiplier. So it's an Extreme Edition processor designed for overclocking and looking cool and extreme. Thanks for checking out my video blog.